There's a certain silence that follows when a man starts ignoring you. It's not just the absence of his words, it's the echo of all the ones he never said. You start wondering what changed, what you did wrong, and why he pulled away without warning. But what you don't realize yet is that this silence can become your greatest power. Because when a man ignores you, it's not the end of your story, it's the beginning of your transformation. Welcome to a place where emotions meet truth. If you're ready to understand the psychology of why men always come back and how your energy, your silence, and your strength can shift everything, then stay with me. When a man distances himself, most people react with fear. They chase, they beg, they try to remind him of what they once had. But the truth is, the more you chase, the further he runs. The moment you try to prove your worth to someone who's forgotten it, you teach him that you've forgotten it too. The real magic happens when you stop trying to convince him and start remembering yourself. Because when you redirect your focus back to your own energy, something inside you changes. You stop waiting for his attention and start becoming the kind of woman who doesn't need it. You begin to glow differently. You move differently. And men can feel that. They may not understand it consciously, but they sense when a woman has reclaimed her peace. That's when curiosity begins to pull them back. Silence becomes louder than any text you could send. Distance becomes your statement. While he's out there expecting your reaction, you give him the unexpected "you're calm." You no longer try to explain what he failed to see. You simply embody it. That's when his mind starts to wander. He starts remembering the energy you carried, the softness, the strength, the way you made him feel safe without even trying. But here's the truth most people never tell you. Men don't come back because you begged or because you tried harder. They come back when they realize they've lost something rare, something they can't easily find again. And that realization doesn't happen through arguments. It happens through absence. When your silence speaks of confidence, when your presence is no longer available, that's when he starts to remember what he took for granted. You begin to rise quietly. You focus on your peace, your purpose, your glow. You do the things that make you feel alive again. Not to get his attention, but to remind yourself of who you are without it. You reconnect with friends. You laugh more. You walk with a certain grace that comes from knowing your value. This isn't pretending. It's remembering. Because real power isn't loud, it's silent. It's the moment you stop trying to fix someone else and start healing yourself. It's when you stop over-explaining and start observing. It's when you no longer fear losing someone because you finally found yourself. And when that happens, something shifts in the energy between you. He begins to feel your absence like a shadow following him. The same silence that once broke you begins to haunt him. He'll replay the last moments, the words you didn't say, the way you didn't chase. And that's when realization hits. The woman he ignored has become the woman he can't forget. He might try to reach out casually, pretending nothing happened, testing if you're still there, still waiting. But you're not. You've outgrown the version of yourself that begged for crumbs of attention. Now you're the one who chooses who deserves your energy. And that quiet shift in power, it's magnetic. It's not about revenge, not about proving anything. It's about peace, the kind that glows from within and says, "I am whole, even without you." That's when he begins to feel something he never expected: respect. Not the kind born out of fear or control, but the deep kind that comes when he realizes you were never the problem. You were the lesson. While he was busy ignoring you, he taught you how to love yourself more deeply. While he pulled away, he gave you space to find your strength. And now that you've found it, he feels the loss more intensely than ever. Men are drawn to certainty. They crave the calm confidence of a woman who knows who she is. The more you honor your worth, the more irresistible you become. Not because of how you look, but because of the energy you carry. You no longer need validation. You no longer explain your value. You embody it. And when you do, something profound happens. He starts chasing the version of you that finally stopped chasing him. You see, men always come back when you stop trying to control the outcome. When you release the fear of losing him, you create space for something better, either his genuine return or your complete freedom. Both are victories. Because healing isn't about getting them back. It's about getting yourself back. That's when you start to see it clearly. The power was never in his attention. It was always in your silence, your patience, your ability to walk away with grace. And once you master that, you'll never beg for love again. Because the woman who knows her worth is the woman every man eventually remembers. And when that realization settles into your soul, something beautiful happens. You stop waiting. You stop wondering if he's thinking about you or if he regrets letting you go. You simply stop needing the answers because deep down, you already know. The version of you that once overanalyzed every silence has now found peace within it. You no longer crave closure from him. Because your growth is the closure. You start to move through life differently. The mornings feel lighter, the nights quieter. Your heart softer, but stronger. You no longer replay the past because your energy now belongs to your future. Every step you take radiates a quiet confidence, the kind that can't be faked or taught. It's born from heartbreak, from learning to love yourself when someone else couldn't. And ironically, that's the exact moment he begins to remember you, the real you. The one who cared deeply, loved sincerely, and expected nothing but respect in return. He'll feel the distance now, not because you blocked him or ignored him, but because your energy is no longer available. You've evolved into someone he doesn't recognize anymore. Someone unbothered, untouchable, and beautifully at peace. And that's when he starts asking himself, how did I lose her? But by then, the answer doesn't matter, because you've already found yourself. You see, men always come back when you finally stop waiting for them to. When you stand in your worth with quiet strength, life begins to mirror that energy back to you. Better opportunities, deeper connections, real love, the kind that doesn't make you question your value, because you no longer need someone to come back just to prove you're enough. You've learned that you were enough all along. And once a woman realizes that, her energy becomes unforgettable. That's when you step into a new season of your life, not as the one who was ignored, but as the one who awakened. The silence that once hurt you now protects you. The space that once felt empty now feels sacred. You start to see that every unanswered message, every cold glance, every moment of doubt was quietly guiding you back to yourself. Because sometimes being ignored isn't rejection, it's redirection. You were never meant to chase what doesn't value you. You were meant to rise, to outgrow, to transform. The version of you who waited by the phone has become the version who no longer needs it to ring. You've learned to trust the stillness, to find beauty in letting go, and to understand that not every connection deserves a return. And when he does come back, and often you'll look at him not with anger, not with longing, but with clarity. You'll realize he's no longer the man you once wanted, because you're no longer the woman who once waited. You've evolved beyond needing closure, beyond needing to prove your worth, beyond needing anyone to validate your existence. In that moment, you'll feel something far greater than satisfaction. You'll feel peace. The kind that doesn't need to be loud or dramatic, the kind that simply is. And that's when you'll know you've won. Not because he came back, but because you never lost yourself trying to keep him.